My name is Adelina Lintuluoto and I'm a doctoral student at CERN with the CMS collaboration. I grew up in a small town in the south of Finland, and the town is surrounded by the Finnish archipelago, so one of the common activities in the summer would be to go sailing or kayaking between the islands, and in the winter one would ice skate or ski on top of the ice. However, myself, I was more into horses, so I spent most of the time in the stable until I moved to Helsinki to study at the university. I got a bachelor's and master's degree in science from the University of Helsinki. And when I started, I was focusing on material physics because that's kind of a big department at the University of Helsinki. However, during my second years of bachelor, I was introduced to CERN by a friend who had a common interest in machine learning. And I had kind of prior to that started to shift away from physics and found a new interest in computer science. However, she told me about people at CERN who combined the two, both physics and computer science, and I was keen to try it out and learn more about it. I have really enjoyed my PhD at CMS. One of the things that I love is collaborating with other people, and here you'll meet a lot of people who are very passionate about the things that they do. And when you're around people like this, you just can't help but get fired up yourself, and you just want to get stuck into new work and get out there and do something exciting. So I'm part of a group at CMS whose tasks include physics, software and computing. To give a bit more context, during operation there is something like 1 billion proton-proton collisions happening every second inside the CMS detector. And it is impossible, due to bandwidth limitations, to collect all of that data. And even if we could, it would probably be uninteresting and most of the interactions would lead to no new discovery. So therefore we reduce the information that we store with a multi-stage system, and I work with the software part of that system. I think there's many reasons why computing is critical to CMS, but the first one that I can think of has to do with the big data volume and therefore the computing resources which are required. So even though we reduce the data that we store at CMS, the CERN data center still processes information of hundreds of petabytes per year. And even with the CERN data center, it's not enough resources to process all of the information. So CMS, like the other LHC experiments, take use of grid computing to distribute the burden across data centers around the world. So for example, I can show you something that I'm working on at the moment. So this is some code which have to do with the way that we collect the data at CMS. So what I'm doing is testing a few different configurations to see how they affect the performance of a machine learning algorithm that will be very useful for subsequent analysis when the data has been collected. I really enjoy life at CERN. First of all, from a kind of academic perspective, I really like to be part of such an international endeavor. One thing I noticed when I first came here was that people were very passionate. And when you're surrounded by people who are passionate, you can't help to get fired up yourself. You just want to go out there and do something exciting. And I always enjoy this part of CERN. Regarding a non-academic perspective, CERN is located in an amazing part of the world. We're just next to the mountains in Central Europe. And it's so beautiful, there's so many things to do. You're always busy on your spare time. So when I came here, I started a bunch of new hobbies. One of them would be rock climbing. In Finland, I would always climb indoors, but here we have a lot of beautiful mountains and crags, so there's a lot of opportunities to go rock climbing outside. Another thing is hiking. Again, from Finland, we don't have any mountains, so this was absolutely exciting for me. And to be honest, anything outdoorsy, active, cycling, swimming, hiking. So, although I'm from Finland, my mother tongue is actually Swedish because I grew up in a Swedish-speaking household. So I can say att mitt namn är Adelina och jag är en doktorandstuderande på CERN tillsammans med CMS-kollaborationen. I thought about this one and I feel like I'm not sure if I have a message really for PhD students, but maybe more a general message for anybody. If you discover that you have an interest, learn more about it, research, because you never know where it will take you. In my case, kind of an interest in physics and computer science brought me to CERN. So I think if your interest happens to be particle physics, research about CERN, maybe think about applying for an internship. You never know what will happen.